Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's your partner with another one of them shit that got me going on some fat joints. Okay, so now, this overplayed holiday. I didn't even know it was June. I'm just saying I'm so out of tune with the bogus front, and then we it's taken as a day away. Are you not honoring none of the struggle because it's called the struggle because it was everything hard. And the reason, this is part of the reason how our people help pay themselves out of, because there was no ownership after all the building of slavery, right? You know, the selling of humans, the worst you could, everything you could do to a person, you did to the slaves. Yet, through all the storms or whatever you call it, they pressed on. That's honorment. This is why I say honor. You know, they pressed on in your stead because it definitely didn't benefit none of the slaves. And you never found a way to honor. You choose to pay your adversaries first. And that's why I say it's not a handout if this is an overdue bill, because I'm not talking about the payment for the murder, the rape, and everything you could say is allegedly. All music, any videos you hear, music clips you hear are owned by the owners of creators for educational and entertainment purposes only. But you found a way, and we know, like I say, we know why that first bill was shot down for reparations, right? Andrew Johnson, you know, the Johnson, the culprit, the Johnson family. The Johnson family. And everybody was entrenched in slavery. Everybody was entrenched deep, and slavery was back then, the dope sack for everybody. If you didn't have no slaves, you wasn't winning. You wasn't winning. Everybody in power was related to somebody. So we can understand why it was hard to pass a bill. But then when you lap that on top of saying, paying the Japanese and paying the Indians, and not say at least we can try to compensate the memory of the people that actually built the country. The people that actually built the country, we can at least honor them with reparations. You don't do all that to people and then let them go and nobody had a house, a pot to piss in, or a window to throw out of. Y'all just kept all the profit and benefit from slavery. That's why I say the American government owe the descendants of slaves, just like you took care of the Indian. How you take care of the Indian first, and the slaves were always there, whether they wanted to be or not. Building this country, man. When y'all was at war, way the slave was building this country. Picking in tobacco leaf, being sold on the open market like animals. And all the profit is from slavery, everybody eating. Generational wealth. And you mean tell me you came to the decision that We can pay. Let's pay what we did to our enemies. Here. But you can't say with even the downtrodden, it's time to pay a compensation for slavery. Don't say you empathize and sympathize with slavery, with slavery, and then you ain't paid the cost like you paid your enemies. Let's keep it clean. I'm 100. You paid your enemy. Government needs to be ashamed of itself, but niggas need to be even more ashamed celebrating these token holidays. That's why you ain't got no money. They was creating holidays when it ain't nothing to celebrate now, because slavery still ain't ended yet, because black people still didn't get a compensation. But they'll blow up the Holocaust. They'll blow up everybody else's plight, and rightly so. And everybody deserves fair treatment. But don't act like you pushing a fair treatment line, and then you don't even take care of the people that was on your side that helped you win the war. Without slavery, you couldn't have won the war, conquered this country. What was going to generate? Where was you going to get the money from? What was going to generate money? What generated money to build this country? It's time for a payment. That's an overdue bill the government owes, and niggas stop being on them nutsacks and start pushing the line and stop celebrating stupid shit. Out here barbecue. This was not a good day for most of the slaves that left. Believe me. But y'all figured out a way. Oh, they said, well, these niggas happy. Ain't got. This country owes a debt like nobody else to the descendants of slaves. If we just say for labor, let's keep it clean. We can't say for the murder and all the other shit they did. So let's throw that out when let's say sensible. But you chose to pay your enemies. And then everybody is so cool. They brainwashing. They give us a holiday and a birthday. Really? Manufacture another holiday. They manufacture this one. Let's get us a P. You niggas might not ask for. Because by all rights, with the labor put in to building this country, and that 1.7 trillion just in agriculture and tobacco, you owe a payment. You owe a payment to the descendants of slaves. How you put everybody else first? Okay, we gonna pay you, Japanese. We always my enemy, and we lost war, it slowed a lot of people, and here, but you benefited from the slavery from the moment you touched the Northern America, and you haven't paid a cost. Come on, this in a business sense. Who deserved the first check? Take care of the slave. You still in value of what made you? Are y'all that crazy? The thing that was your most important asset? And you haven't honored that, then you want to throw us a holiday. Niggas is dumb. Y'all wake up on the game, and I apologize. We just need some more education. But let's push some solidarity and stop celebrating these token holidays, because we can celebrate. We don't need that to celebrate our heroes. But this wasn't no victory, so I don't know who came up with this idea. Because basically you celebrating defeat. Because there's never been a conclusion to slavery. Because you never paid a cost. Let's get this overdue bill. Let's get this overdue bill for the African American people done. Y'all made enough money, these people still eating. Y'all come out them pockets and throw some of that money back to the other real victims and to the people that actually help you build this country, our ancestors. Love our people, I honor them, love me, like me, hate me, share me, get me out there. I'm him. I holler.